off Phelps. So 1 for 1. Fallen's going to be happy to take this range Glock versus USP. Virtus.Pro, they slow things down. Pasha's losing this battle with both Fallen and Fur. So he's got to be a little bit careful. Down at very low HP, but Taz trying to take advantage of the continued pressure down mid. And now Taco even getting some damage into Bialy, who's lucky to get away. But it's a 3-on-4 scenario in this pistol round.
Yeah, it seems a little shambolic so far, and Fallen giving us a nice display, just claiming the scalp of Neo. But we're into a 4v2. This is almost impossible for Virtus.Pro to play out of, especially with this HP so low, and SK still looking for it. And there you go. You don't expect someone to peek out back into it, and you got to feel for Pasha in that one. Bialy now left in a bit of a tough situation. A comfortable 1v4. Yeah, it's still Bialy, and they were still peeking in. I was getting a little bit worried there and Fallen, but they keep it together.
Yeah, a critical pistol round for SK Gaming. This is where it could get a little bit dicey, because you saw all the different kinds of individual aggression there. Fur peeking in window, Fallen peeking down mid. This is now a situation where SK with backs against the wall, not only, you know, basically this you can almost consider this an elimination match, but as well being down 4-11 after that first half. This is where they really just unleash. This is where they're just saying, you know, individual plays everywhere, just do something. Be very, very proactive, very aggressive. And Virtus.Pro is going to have to worry about that moving forward.
And VP having to take a bit of a step back there, because they knew there was going to be nades down mid, nades down banana. It's pretty much standard now. And they can play back in. They do have mollies. They've gone for a big molly purchase here. 3 of them now sitting on that too, having to abscond away from armor. But at this point, I'm wondering what the plan is. Snax making his way around from second mid. Taz starting to eye up that B side of things. And this could be just a nice display, you know, showing nothing, kind of indicating maybe SK consider them to be in T-apps. But coldzera's just peeking the corner. That could encourage Phelps to rotate back if he sees anything. But Virtus.Pro are going to start to build up through banana, but they're keeping it quiet.
Keep in mind, this is now, SK's won both pistol rounds. They did win the first half one, and they lost the second round. So they've got to be very, very careful. They cannot afford to lose this second round. They cannot let that repeat happen. No real, they only have flashbangs left as well. 3 flashbangs on Fallen, Phelps, and Fur, so this could be dicey. Smokes come out, here comes the execute, the boost though. Can they stop that? Well, Pasha gets the opening kill. Oh, and he spams right through the smoke, just goes for the guess. And that is heartbreaking. This could be the dagger that ends SK.
Again, how many times do they need to see this round happen to them, SK? This is not what you want to be watching, but Fallen's going to try and pull this one back, but diving out of the way is Bialy. He's not letting that one go, but Taco does find Pasha. Pasha already inflicting so much damage towards SK. That's got to feel nice, but not nice enough. It's still a 4v3. And Fur's going to try and play back into this one, but time is of the essence. They aren't all that low. Virtus.Pro holding on to this one. Fallen getting tagged from the back, but Taco trying to come in to save him, but Nubox dancing back and forward as Taz buying time. And the time is one thing SK do not have at this moment, and well, they know it. Look at it. Taco's 4 HP, and they hold on. Neo shuts the book on that round, but what a bit of a play instantly from Pasha there. Those 2 kills at the start made this happen.
Yeah, this is critical. Why not just go for this shot? You can see, he didn't even see him before he pre-aimed that corner, so he sees him at the end when he eventually turns it, but great 2 kills. But more importantly, what wins that round for VP, just the utility purchase out of them. Not only the smoke, obviously, which you need, you know, to be able to cross, and then also one for coffins, but it's the Molotov that they have that they really hold for post-plant, throwing that out towards construction into the garden area just to delay even longer. That's what makes that such a dicey retake for SK. And again, that's just crushing. Both pistol rounds won, both second rounds lost. You're not going to win a whole lot of games at this level in that kind of a scenario.
No, SK know that. Well and truly aware by this point. coldzera looking for any chance. Nice shot towards Pasha, but a nice shot doesn't quite equate to a game win. They can still pick up the rifle. That falls back to another player on towards Virtus.Pro. Just upgrade
Snax.
that. And Snax
all right.
just turns around at the right time.
That's just the kind of game it's meant for SK.
Yeah. And the irony being, speaking to a couple of players, I think it was speaking to Keo just on the way into the event today, yeah. And they were saying, during practice, SK had everything on their side. You know, you get that crazy timing, everything works in their favor, always stacking out the right side. So during the practice leading up to the event, it was all theirs. Now it feels like, okay, VP's taking a little bit of that. So it works out. Of course, this round is what it is anyway, but still, it's how it feels to you as a player. It's like, really? That's what's going to happen? Further, left in the 1v3. The bomb's going to go down. Virtus.Pro have this round in the bag.
Yeah, there's no real chance for Fur, and I think he should just be content at a certain point to just keep this UMP, be able to drop the Deagle over to coldzera maybe next round and have that UMP for himself. Will be interesting to see what they decide to do if they feel like their backs are against the wall already. If maybe I imagine they're going to be buying up into the next round. That's where the UMP can also get dropped over to Phelps. He's a little bit low on cash at the moment, so drop that over. We know it's obviously a very serviceable weapon. We've seen how ridiculous it can be at times.
Yeah, and we've seen the dashes of aggression can certainly allow you to get back into these games. I think from Neo just pushing in towards apps as well. You can make it happen on the CT side. I'm not too worried about that. I think SK can certainly turn those rounds back into their favor, but at the moment, it's few and far between for them. They've got 5 rounds on the board, and they need a hell of a lot more. So, let's see what buy they can actually pull together. There's that UMP, yeah, over towards Phelps. Pretty much standard. Fur gets at least a decent buy, and Fallen, what are you going to go for?
It's such a small thing to just save that UMP. Like, sometimes you think, you know, you have a UMP in a 1-on-3, you're going to be buying next round, why not go for kills, see if you can get some bonus money. But being able to drop that over to Phelps and look at the utility he has, because you don't have to invest in, like, a Deagle or anything like that. He's got everything he needs. Nades coming out. Pasha eats a lot of it, down to 39. So, good chip damage done from SK to start this round off.
Yeah, but SK instantly falling back to site. You can see a big difference in how they're playing this one out in comparison to Virtus.Pro. And I don't blame them. You know, everyone's got their own style of approach. You're going to see the switch over. Pasha takes the UMP, and there comes out the rifle. So that's fine. Why not? Might as well kind of spread the wealth and try and keep the healthiest players with the biggest chance to make something happen. But SK sitting very passive. Taco's already in towards Graveyard. Fallen holding the kind of off angle on, I can imagine, App's balcony. Coldzera and Phelps right at the back as well.
The one thing this kind of setup doesn't do for SK, and the big thing advantage that Virtus.Pro had with their aggression, is you can see a lot of times in the mid-round, that's when Neo got a little bit aggressive, tried to clear out Banana. Taco taking a lot, and Bialy's going to finish off that kill. He's going to get chased down, though. Fallen. Oh, he's not going to be able to find it anymore, but if you're playing this passively in the B bomb site, you can see both players, even though they've lost Taco, they stay there because they don't have the information. They don't know if they can rotate. They don't know if they can cheat one over. So that's something that Virtus.Pro had that SK just doesn't at the moment.
And you can see the smokes going up as well. One smoke towards CT kind of draws out SK to have to utilize the rest of theirs. So they're running really low on everything at this point. It's going to come down to basically Fallen or Fur. Can you actually land these shots? If they go for this hit right about now, yeah, Fur's actually coming over towards B. They're really believing in this. No information is selling them a complete kipper. Fur's now going to pull himself back because they're starting to think, well, no one's actually pushed. We've seen no one here. There's something going on. 20 seconds, though, is dangerous. Things can go wrong in these sort of moments, and Fur might be just in charge of this. There we go. The molly comes in, but it's too little too late, and the bomb goes down. 15 seconds, that's got to be recovered. Fur and Coldzera are there. Pasha denies the rotate, but no, Phelps break through. 10 seconds now. Timing is everything. Snacks dashes towards the side. Bomb is down, but Bialy has to cover him off, ensure that no one came through that smoke, and he does just that.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough. Bialy at low HP. Snacks is going to be after one that makes the play. Bialy's going to try and use some clever positioning inside pit to be effective.
Snacks on the verge of this one. He's going to see the shadow. He knows Coldzera is there. That's now down to an even situation, 2v2. Bialy just holding onto the angle, leaving Snacks to play it all. Snacks has the freedom, and the control by Bialy swings out. Snacks can't do it, though. And now time is ticking against SK. They need to get moving. No kit on the last two, and Bialy finds Fur. This is down to Bialy against Phelps, the new man standing for SK. Up against the classic Bialy, and he does not let it slip. 3 big kills. Snacks as well, controlling the situation. And SK are broken.
Yeah, huge from Bialy that he's able to win that beautiful snapshot onto that player on Haycart. That was very nice. Bialy, I mean, it had to be perfect. He didn't have the HP to survive those fights, so this was nice, and you could see, I mean, because the time is dwindling down, Taz just tries to jump across, and he just tries to get to the site, but, I mean, first sticking around, I think he actually got caught on the chair when he's trying to fall away, so that helps him out a little bit, but desperation certainly now for SK. The Deagles are out. Fur taking the off angle towards alt mid. There's a time limit on how long he can hold that, so he's got to fall away or else he's just a free kill down towards middle. But SK, they need a miracle. They need some kind of a massive individual play, and it could be Phelps here coming through the Molotov. There it is, double kill. Taz and Neo a little bit over-aggressive through the flames.
There's the punishment. Nade comes through. Pasha gonna get outdone here. Again, nice work between the two of them there on Banana. Coldzera and Phelps finding a nice bit of chemistry to work from. And Snacks and Bialy going to find this tough. They've still got 2 players to find towards CT Arch, just pairing up. I actually like this approach from SK, not allowing individual kills to fall back without at least a little bit of information or a possibility for a trade, and then just going to leave those players over by the bomb. They know they've got that under wraps.
Still a chance here for Virtus.Pro to pull this one back. Obviously, with the AK-47s, it's going to be nice, but look, I mean, look at the utility. 2 Molotovs they have. They have 2 smokes as well. So, I mean, they can actually isolate Phelps with the Molotov, with the smoke, whatever they decide to do. If they just drop one of those 2 things in that choke point towards the bomb site. There's one, and here's the second. So they're going to come right through it. That's going to lure him into Bialy's crosshairs. Oh, transfer. That's so nice. And the Molotov as well. 35 seconds, and Virtus.Pro know more than likely SK is probably stacking the bomb, but they're not going to be ready. Why have they turned around? Snack's not prepared for that whatsoever. And Fur and Taco each with 1 kill. They salvage it, so SK still alive here.
Taco and Fer with the dagger in the back. That was massive from those Deagles to come into that moment. That could have been just switched in a second, but the money's a little bit shambolic from Virtus.Pro. But even in that round, I think it was Phelps who adjusted to sit on the other side of that new little piece of wall rather than at the back over by the sandbag, so he wouldn't be mollied out. Just really nice small adjustments. We have a couple of hero rifles coming out from VP, I guess equaling out the money more than anything. Neo with nothing, Pasha with nothing, and Fer, you've got to be a little careful here. They could be caught out. This
is going to be really awkward because Fer has so much information, obviously, and Virtus.Pro took so long to buy. They might just be so confused. Taz isn't even checking that. This is the shot, though. Had a chance to recover. Nice trade from Pasha, but he's lost a lot of health, and that's going to allow Phelps to trade it. I mean, this is a really disorganized round from VP, so, I mean, it'd be surprising if they can get back into this with all the information and control that SK just had.
But look at who they've got left alive. They've still got 3 alive. They've got 4 rifles, full armor. You know, some utilities to play with, full smokes on all 3. If they can somehow pull it back, but they have no control over the map, really, barring Snacks working his way in towards this, so they still have to check everything. There's still a lot to do here, but 3 players for SK already over by A. They're well aware this is probably the possibility. Phelps is having a good look down towards Banana, so he knows that no one's there at the moment, but has to be cautious. He's still just peeking the corner. Fallen, there you go. We've got to find Bialy, and there's no trade back. There's nothing available for them here. And Virtus.Pro might have left a little bit of a window into this round that's just been kind of smashed through by SK, but Snacks is having a bit of a walk here, and how has he made it this far? Taco, I think, considers this could be an option, and now it certainly is. Snacks going to back away a little bit, put out the smoke and wait for support. He's got now Neo with him. Neo's going to push right through the smoke, and Cold Zero doesn't expect it, but he controls it well. 33 seconds, and not a hope in the world in the end for Virtus.Pro there.
Small detail, not the biggest thing. Cold Zero spraying through the smoke leaves himself 11 bullets to play with if someone does come through that smoke, so that's pretty smart. If I'm Virtus.Pro, I'm either taking a timeout this round or the next round and the next buy, just because basically this whole game, Virtus.Pro has this massive lead. They've controlled the economy this whole time. We've seen a lot of really, really beat up buys by SK on both halves of the map. And then Virtus.Pro, they just lost a round of forced buy up with pistols, with Deagles and CZs that SK had. They lose that. The next round, they're very, very late getting out of T-spawn. It was very disorganized, like they didn't have a plan set up. And that allows SK to push all the way down mid and be able to punish them for it. So now you go into this moving forward because SK's established their economy where you just make sure everyone's on the same page. Make sure you have the idea of what you want to do moving forward. This is one of the very few times we've had to see Virtus.Pro going up against an SK that has the economic advantage.
And we know this map lends to it so nicely. Once you get that stopping power, you can put down the early mollies. You could do the molly down Banana. You can do the deep nades towards mid. You have smokes for days. You can do whatever you want. It becomes so much more viable to stop the aggressive Virtus.Pro if they go for it. But we'll see. We'll see if this can actually happen.
I mean, also, you just don't want SK themselves to gain momentum as players, as a team. I mean, this is where it gets dicey. Fallen's got his AWP. We know how prolific he can be with that and how mobile he can be. He can have success with that weapon in so many different kinds of situations. So having that in the defense allows SK to diversify a lot of the looks that they give VP.
There we go. So smoke goes down from Cold Zero. He's going to put that one out. Just kind of sits a little bit deeper on Banana, so they're going to play it a little bit further down. Want to keep some information falling. We knew that they were sitting back incredibly passively not too many rounds ago, sitting towards Dark, sitting towards Coils, giving up complete control. But this round, Virtus.Pro are massively working their way through second mid. You've already got Pasha. Everyone else kind of lining up. They can do a nice smoke hit if they fancy it. Maybe they feel that's the next question, or at least the answer they have to SK's questions at the moment. And here we go. Let's see how these smokes go down. Fallen's quite far ahead, though. So is Fer. They're playing pretty close by here. So at the moment, Fer's been a bit of a monster, too. Let's keep that in mind. He's not letting this one go for free. Smoke's coming over. He's going to see those. The call comes out. But where's the hit from VP? The slow build through abs. This is a lovely constructed hit. No smoke to put that out, though, so they just have to wait for this one. And Taco is there in Graveyard. Smoke to follow. Time is being bought here.
Yeah, this is perfect defense from Taco. He's delaying him so much. No one's up mid just yet. There's Taco with 1 kill, just spraying through. Fer with another. Taco with the second. He's holding so strong. Pasha finally has some kind of an answer, but Fallen's still on the bomb site, and Taco's still just a monster in Graveyard. He is knocking them all down as they come into his crosshair. And Snacks, I mean, he just can't do anything. He's seen his teammates just die through the smoke. So beautiful round from Taco. Oh, nice taps there at the end as well.
Sexy.
4 kills for him.
That was pretty nice. So we've seen players from Pit really finding nice angles to play with now. It's nice seeing Graveyard being utilized too. A couple of changes, obviously, the new map, but these are looking like danger days now for Virtus.Pro. They're set on 14 rounds, but it's like you're looking at SK who completely controlled that hit, completely denied it.
This is where you can get really cut off as a team if you're Virtus.Pro, if you're ever in a situation like the one where they're up, what, 14-5 at one point, 14-6 before SK starts stringing 3 together. And it still feels like you have such a good lead even at 14-9, but this is going to dwindle very, very quickly. SK can close this gap, you know, and Virtus.Pro might not even be expecting it.
1 minute, 32 seconds. Virtus.Pro working up Banana, but we've seen the smoke coming out. Cold Zero puts that one down at the start, all the way back. Gonna fall back himself then. And I guess it's just kind of different schools of thought as to how they're playing it. Very, very different to the Neo approach from not too many rounds ago now. But coldzera just holding the corner down. Maybe expecting a little bit of a contact piece, but we'll see what Phelps can do. He's going to drop down the molly. That's going to kind of split these guys up, actually. 2 push forward, 3 can't help. This is now a problem, but they do get 1 down. Pasha finding coldzera opens up a chance, but Fur is quick on the rotate. He's going to do what he can to help out, and Phelps is holding on for his dear life, and that molly is just not that close. Somehow it doesn't get him, and Bialy will push him out. Bialy actually wants to kill Pasha too, so why not make it a closer round? And Neo's going to sit towards pit, so he's going to try and find a little position here. Gets himself an AK. Does have armor too, so that's pretty nice for him. But instantly Fur wants in, and he's going to get it. Neo goes down. Bialy though, how is he still alive, and how is he doing this? Now there's no mollies. Now there's nothing to push him out the corner. There it is. It does come through in the end. Already thrown from Fallen, instantly wanting to get that one going. But expensive rounds are coming in now, but it's still around the board for SK. Another bit of momentum falls into their pocket. Yeah,
they've got 4 players after that run, and that's over 10K, so I don't think that's going to matter too much. And here's the pause from Virtus.Pro. And these past 2 rounds, this is just why, if you're VP, I think the timeout should have come out a little bit earlier, but this is just what, you know, the economy allows. Both of these rounds that have been won by SK, these previous 2, are all based off the mollies they have. The previous round is Taco over towards Hall. He throws the Molotov to slow it down once the smokes come over. He throws the smoke up after that, gets a couple free kills when they come through. This round, it's the first Molotov to split that B hit with the Tech 9. Only 2 players from VP could get in, and then all the Molotovs at the end once SK has rotated over to flush them out of positions. I mean, it's so nice to have that kind of a luxury, and it's what Virtus.Pro had during the whole first half, and now they no longer have it on this side. So this is going to be very, very dangerous. We'll have to see what kind of a plan they have. They do switch things up. They put an op in Pasha's hands, so they can slow down a little bit if they want to try and give him time to find some kind of a pick. I don't think we'll see another kind of set piece the way we saw previously outside of the A though.
No, it didn't seem to work out all that well.
I mean, they did rotate everyone through the halls to like the most narrow choke point, right?
Yeah, it's I like the theory's fine if there's no opponents on the map, right? 3 out through balcony, 2 through boiler. Yeah. But there's a problem when you don't draw the utility away from the other side. But we'll see.
I mean, 1 Molotov just stops that in its tracks, so that was a bit rough.
Very rough. And maybe SK is going to throw a bit of a curveball too. It's a dangerous game for them. They don't want to give anything up. They're still, you know, on the verge of getting Virtus.Pro to match point. So for them, it's still incredibly pressured. Let's take nothing away from that. One slip and you're in trouble. But at the moment, they've used a lot of their utility pretty early on here. Let's bear that in mind as well. They're down to molly, couple of flashes, 1 smoke. So Virtus.Pro have everything now to build into this, and there won't be as much stopping power. Oh, no. That's not good.
Good heavens.
That's the sort of smoke you're just like, please don't let them be watching me. That's the one time you just don't want anyone to be watching you, but a bit of an issue now does start to come through. There's still smokes available for Virtus.Pro, but no one in Snax' position. You can't isolate anyone towards Diggity, and they already have 4 players here for SK as well.
So here comes the push. Molotov again to make Bialy back off, and Snax can find nothing. I think at this point he just turns into a lurker, perhaps, but actually he's going to jump out and just join up with his teammates, it looks like. Nope, he's going to a little bit more of a distraction towards mid. There's 4 players here from SK, so if they don't get this read quickly, it does look like it's coming in. Fur's on the rotate now, but I think it's a little bit too late. They're already executing. Now he's got to get on his horse, but again, only flashbangs. No more Molotovs, no more smokes for SK. This is going to be tough. That flashbang is perfect, though, but coldzera, he's got to come out. Taz isn't looking that way whatsoever. Good trade, but Fur is already going to be here. He's going to be blocked off by smoke, but at least he's got good position.
Yeah, and Snax is early to be watching Banana as well, so the flank should be denied. Neo just playing into it, and Pasha's got the angle as well to follow up. Fallen does fall, and now it's a 4v2, make it a 4v1. Virtus.Pro might be on the verge of closing down that little bit of a comeback SK were building, and there it is. Pasha to seal the deal in the end, and it's 15-10. 1 more round stands between these 2. SK having a bit of a disastrous start into this tournament, let's be very honest here, and Virtus.Pro building back in. This is the win they needed, and they might have just found a good answer towards it.
Yeah, that's a very nice find. It's a decent amount of pressure put on that 8 bomb site, and I mean, SK gets lured into keeping a 4th man there for so long. Fur just wasn't back to the B bomb site in time. On top of that as well, because of that pressure, SK used, I mean, I'm just going to keep harping on it, the utility. They used a lot of their nades in that round. Virtus.Pro pulled a lot of the Molotovs away, so when that B hit comes in, there were only 3 flashbangs against, you know, a couple Molotovs, couple smokes in the flashbangs of Virtus.Pro themselves, so you just had a massive disadvantage and an easy entry into the B bomb site.
There we go. Snax, quick pick up towards Fallen. That's not what you want. That's a huge problem. They've already put 3 players over towards B, but already Virtus.Pro are looking pretty committed, but they actually don't commit the bomb. They're going to pull this one away. Pasha's still doing work, though. Phelps having a bit of a mare there. coldzera still showing presence, so this might keep that bomb over by B, and it has. 1 minute and 10 left. 3 players stand for SK, and they need to stand tall.
Well, Fur's in a great position to stop him. Taz jumping over. Now they know there's one on the boost, and Bialy's spraying at it, but he's already gone. 2 players still here. Cold with the AWP, and Fur with the M4. But the bomb is going to get planted. It's going to be a 3-on-3 retake. And there's a nice shot. coldzera needed that one. Jumping in the air. Is Pasha going to go for this peek? Does he want to duel it? No, he knows coldzera likely has the angle already.
Yeah, Neo trying to play into this. Oh, God. Pasha, please don't. Please don't do it. Just, okay, he's going to choose his angle and just commit to it. Chooses one side, actually picks up Bird, trying to just jiggle peek the corner, and now he has a little bit of a go towards coldzera. Dangerous game you're playing, and that's why. And now it's Neo in a 1v2. Lovely positioning, but still dangerous times ahead. Taco, unaware, unsure, but Fallen holds on towards it. He's got the kit. And I think he does indeed have the defuse. That last shot, though, I'm curious how he adjusted so quickly off that. Yeah,
he got off that bomb very, very quick, very fast. Nice round from VP, not able to hold it off. Good retake, Cold with an incredible performance. That duel between him and Pasha with the AWP, like the shoulder peeks to bait out each other's shots, and eventually just Cold comes in for the win. That's one of those clutches where you feel like Neo has that, but great job adjusting from coldzera. 11-15 now, and VP has actually decent money because the round they won previously, they kept 3 players alive, but they just want to be safe with it. They don't want to spend too much in this round. They want to make sure they have a very, very solid buy. Fallen's going to continue this fight, and he's going to win a second one, but not the third. Tech9 at that range is the victor. I hate saying that.
I know. I think we're all in the same mentality. But Phelps is playing a dangerous game here as well. He's got to be careful. Pasha's very much on the jump off, but doesn't get it done. We know what these pistols can do, but this round has been denied by SK. So pulling themselves back into, I guess, the momentum driver's seat at this point. At least getting a nice padded round out, keeping hold of this. That round from coldzera going to be sat fresh in the back of their mind, so feeling good about that one. But still, there's a good couple of rounds in between this, and Virtus.Pro still on that verge, still able to close this down with one round. It just depends. Can they grind it out? And they actually close this one out. Yeah,
I mean, one of the next 3, obviously. The one thing they're missing in this, perhaps, is, I mean, the one round they won recently, that one round in a sea of SK, it's been a 7-1 run for SK Gaming, was when Pasha had an AWP, and they don't have that this round, so they're going to have to adjust. And it wasn't like he was like opening everything up, but he did play a critical part in watching certain angles and protecting his teammates as they went in. So without that tool, they've got to find a win the old-fashioned way with just the AK-47s, 1 UMP on Snacks. Guaranteed that's the difference maker. Well, the Fallen's got one, so maybe it's neutralized.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, definitely how it works.
But we'll find out. We'll keep eyes on the UMPs. That's the big play, obviously. But Virtus.Pro still have a hell of a lot of mollies to put down onto this one. It looks like, mate, are they going to go for that same hit towards A? Play out a boiler? I'm kind of not sure. There's no mollies to stop them this time, so I guess that's something. But it looks not all that committed to. If you look at Bialy, Neo, and Snacks, of course, that looks like it's the game plan. But then where Taz and Pasha are, there's still no massive kind of commitment towards this hit. So they could rotate up depending on what they get, I guess, at this point. You've got Taco and Fallen playing very close by Diggity, so Fallen can just see just by the corner of it. You don't show too much, and there it is, the UMP being the deciding factor of that one. And now Neo just kind of lingers in, looking for a chance here, but Snacks is already out. And they know this, and there we go. The other UMP finds. He's like, all right, I'll take yours, no worries. But this just spurs Virtus.Pro to try and test that B site, and that's a big pickup. Taz finding Phelps encourages them more, but there's still one man in their way, and it's coldzera, and he needs to give them hell into this round. He's already going to start doing that. Pasha goes down. He's got to expect maybe one down towards the side. He doesn't see the foot, though. Taz is close, but he gets the man behind him. coldzera gives Virtus.Pro hell, and they hold on to another round. That's the kind of heroics that SK needs. What a brilliant round from Cold. The AWP, you could see Virtus.Pro just a little bit scared to peek that. And I mean, you could see that's what VP wanted to patient. That's why that's what they wanted to punish. You could see them being spread out across the map, not really committing anywhere. So you didn't really have an idea of where their end game was. But just that one kill from Snacks in pit, that's what forces someone from SK to push out B, maybe to get a quick flank, maybe to get a good read. But Virtus.Pro is able to punish that. They're just not expecting coldzera to still be there. Nicely done, and again, I mean, just for he's going to farm up a lot of money. It's not going to matter too much late into this, and actually only gets 1 kill. I think he's just surprised at how far back Virtus.Pro might be. Yeah, they have been taking their time, to be fair. All of these rounds have just been kind of slowly working through, just trying to avoid the early damage, so. Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that this round, again, I mean, you would have imagined maybe it's like one of those... Ooh, that's nice, jumping over the shot. Can we talk about this? It's a 2v2 now, and an AWP did fall into Pasha's hands. I got a little nervous, but Bialy doesn't have the bomb. I don't know where he thinks he's going. Maybe just trying to offset the pace, maybe just keep... Oh my god, Fallen goes down, no way! This is not how the game gets defined. Thank you, Taco. Jesus Christ.
That was a scattered round.
What is that? Yeah, please pause just so my heart rate can just, chill out a little bit here. And it is a tactical one from Virtus.Pro, so they're down to that final chance in regular time now.
Inferno delivering again.
I love Inferno.
Yeah.
It's such a good map.
I mean, what do you do now if you're VP? Because you've tried the set, executed A. You've tried to kind of probe and throw a little bit of a fake towards the B bomb site. Neither of those have worked. I mean, this is just crazy to think about. I mean, the only rounds that VP have won have been they win the second round and the 2 following rounds after that. It's been SK ever since. I mean, you think that first round that got him started on this streak, it was what, 14-6 or 14-5 is the Deagle and CZ purchase.
God, it feels like a lifetime ago now.
Yeah.
It really does. It almost feels like a different game, but 15-14 at this point. SK can get the double ops out. We haven't really seen coldzera on the bar in the round that he kind of picked it up and played pretty darn well with it. There's no questioning that. But it's been Fallen generally playing it out. But coldzera can be on that one. Fallen as well. We do have Pasha being able to afford one. I guess that's one big benefit here. The round they did win, he had a huge impact, but it's do or die time in regular time for Virtus.Pro now, and this is redemption for SK. It was looking like a bit of a beatdown, but they've come back into it, showing that, okay, maybe Inferno is now a dangerous map for both of these teams. This is going to put everyone else on notice as well, and VP, what do you have for us? Can you close out the game, or can SK keep their cool now?
Oh, that's the scary part, is this double op setup actually going to catch Virtus.Pro off guard? Pasha has his towards the B bomb site. There hasn't been too much aggression for SK down Banana. A couple rounds they've decided to smoke something deep and kind of peer down just a bit, but not too frequently. The other op is in Fallen's hands, and that's an ult mid. And he's playing with Fur with the M4, so Pasha's still not able to see anything. I mean, that's kind of thing. You can see him like almost trying to punish the playstyle that they had at the B bomb site for their entire half. So SK hasn't been playing it that way this entire half.
So Taco uses his molly. That now means that, okay, Virtus.Pro have the advantage in utility. They can now make their play. They've drawn everything out. But what are they going to do? Okay, so this looks like they're going to throw everything towards that A site. But Neo's already going over towards B, so I don't think this is that full commitment. First being sold a Kipper here, as is Fallen, as is Taco, but they still need to sacrifice someone or make a play happen, but Fur and Taco are doing the work.
Oh,
what?
no.
Fallen finds Fur? No, that's not what you want. Fallen now keeping eyes towards short, waiting for that push up through Diggity, but having to be careful of CT Arch 2. Taco is still on patrol. He knows he's a beast in this position, and this could be the unraveling. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Virtus.Pro building up slowly. Hold it down, though, waiting for the chance to strike, and Taco falls. Neo's done it. 2 big kills come in. A now under wraps. Phelps a little ahead of coldzera, just runs into it. Do not feed the beast, because Neo is looking like he means business, and it's coldzera 1v4 after plant situation. He's got a kit, but I don't think he's got a hope in hell at this point, but maybe he can define something here.
Nice first shot, plenty more to go, and actually you can see VP, they're quick to just hide into cover. The op cannot clear all these out quick enough, and Cold, just hoping for some kind of shot to land. Trusty Neo comes out with the big plays at the end. VP got stopped for that entire half, and you can see, I mean, they win, but they're not happy. There's still a road to go for them if they want to get it out of the group stage at all, but SK certainly tested them. They almost let that slip away.
These are the sort of games that will define the rest of this tournament, bearing in mind these two teams were having an incredibly tough time through the group stage. I don't know how they're going to fight their way out of this one, but for SK, that's got to be heartbreaking, and for Virtus.Pro, it's maybe a small breath of relief.
Yeah, the tough part for if you're SK or if you're an SK fan is the fact that you no longer, you have to rely on other teams to lose.
It's going to be a rocky road now for SK. For Virtus.Pro, it's a window of opportunity, and a small window at that. We'll see how this one unfolds into the rest of the tournament and the rest of this group stage.
Virtus.Pro fans around the world sigh a huge sigh of relief. Can't say the same for SK, as that goes all the way. Inferno definitely was exactly what we wanted. Some world-class Counter-Strike and some messy stuff as well in the mix. Gentlemen, we have witnessed Virtus.Pro surviving, SK potentially falling. The only way that they can now continue and make it to the playoffs is in the instance of a 3- or 4-way tie. That is intimidating for the Brazilians. And I mean, when it comes to that final round, you know, there's a timeout call. Time is of the essence to make that judgment. VP do prevail.
It shows that even though it was a long road to get to that round and to win the game, eventually they managed to do it, and they made the correct call, you would say, even though we had the team kill in the last round, right? I think.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
I think because of I think it shows nerves to an extent, you know, and to see it on a guy like Fallen, who is the in-game leader of the team and is supposed to be the most composed person, I think it tells you the state of the team, right? But you look at how the round was going, I don't think that makes too big of a difference, because VP was already executing through quad and only Taco was there. So at that point, how much can, I think it was Fur, the player that was killed, how much can Fur contribute with 20 HP? I don't really think all that much. They needed like utility, they needed to flash Taco in, and that's why that graveyard position is tricky, because that's like, if they know you're there, you have nothing you can do. You can just try for a peek, but you could see he was trying to get a good timing to peek, but he just died.
He did indeed. Virtus.Pro, after hitting a bit of a wall, Natu, actually, on their T side, unable to find a way in through the defensive line of the Brazilians.
Quite similar to Inferno as we've had in the past in their older version, right? I mean, there was a lot of rounds that were close, but then it's just getting that final push in is where the hard part is. I think we're going to go through the second round of the second half,
I mean,
though.
We have the stat as well. It's like, it says the story of this game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, lose both second rounds of halves. I mean, you're not going to win games like that, are you? Even when you get as close as SK did, right?
Especially against a team like VP.
Yeah, exactly. So
well, I mean, you can feel free to. We got something to break down.
We have. It's one of the 2 rounds. It's actually the second round of the second half. So you can, as you can tell, SK won pistol. You can start playing out the clip for a little bit.
I can point out something before you start.
Okay.
It's the fact that we have SK not contesting Banana at all in the beginning of the round. It was something that back in the day, my teams we had a rule that you should contest Banana in second rounds, because a lot of teams would force buy with a lot of nades up here to Tech Nines, because they were as good as they are, and they would execute heavily to B. And it's really, really hard and claustrophobic to hold that bomb site when that happens.
When you say contest, does they do a couple of HEs and a Molotov count?
Yep.
The thing is, you can also see that SK is a team that has 5 SMGs, so they sacrifice equipment to get utility, basically. The problem here is, okay, it's harder to get deep banana control, so you let that go, but you can't afford to play passive inside the site as well. They will have the boost up here, and the second player will go towards the coffin. And at that point, if the Ts use their utility correctly, they can basically make their way all the way towards the bomb site. And honestly, I hate this boost spot at this point, because it just, everyone expects it by now, right?
Pre-fire territory.
You can see that Pasha pre-fired, I think it was Phelps, who was on that position, and just got a free kill. So you can now play the rest of it out to see how the round actually played out. VP uses their utility very, very well. You can see the smokes falling, the flashes and everything, and you can see that Pasha gets the first kill, and after that, just blind pre-fire on the second guy. The problem with this is you want to have crossfires in the site. You want to use your counter flashes, because if you just allow the Tech 9s to run in as a group, doesn't matter like which gun you have. Even if they had M4s, I think they lose this round, maybe get an extra kill or something like that. And obviously seeing the stat, how they lost both second rounds, which led to 6 rounds in turn for VP, I think it's obvious that this is the main reason why SK ended up losing the game.
Yeah, despite being close, couldn't quite find the ways, and that's a perfect example of those small margins you always talk about, Janko. Boost perhaps becoming a little too predictable at this point of competitive Inferno. Just your closing thoughts, Natu, as we do see SK, you know, 2-time back-to-back major champions.
And the second finalist.
And the second finalist. A team that has struggled to not make it to the top 3, if not top 4, in almost every tournament. Well, hang on, you had it perfectly for me, but it was like the last 4, they have made top 3 almost every time, if not 4th place. It's been pretty brutal. And now they could very well be eliminated in the group stages here in Katowice. We are going to take a break. Before we do so, Taco himself spoke to the Score Esports and regarded VP as their final boss. That's how SK sees them, and it does seem like they were unable to beat their final boss here today in Katowice. The second day continues, though, after the break. More Counter-Strike on its way. Do stay tuned, as we still have to get 3 teams locked in for those playoffs.
Feel like a pro gamer? Wait no more. Greatness awaits you with Intel Extreme Masters certified PCs and notebooks. When you see unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you will find high-grade components with Intel Core i5 and Core i7 processors inside. Every purchase includes in-game content and supports the total prize purse of Intel Extreme Masters World Championship. Feel like a pro.